Rescue workers found a man alive in the rubble in Kyiv after Russia hit the Ukrainian capital overnight. At least 12 people were killed in the missile and drone strikes, and at least 90 were wounded in the biggest attack there this year. Anxious friends and relatives of those missing stood near destroyed buildings hoping for good news. The violence led to a rare rebuke from U.S. President Donald Trump, who told Russian President Vladimir Putin on Truth Social, quote, "Vladimir, stop." Trump was asked about his message to Putin during a meeting with Norway's prime minister in the Oval Office.
What is your level of frustration with President Putin?
I didn't like last night. I wasn't happy with it. And we're in the midst of talking peace, and missiles were fired. And I was not happy with it. That's what I meant.
Why are you not putting more pressure on Russia? I know a lot of Europeans.
Putting a lot of pressure. You don't know what pressure I'm putting on Russia. They're dealing. You have no idea what pressure I'm putting on Russia. We're putting a lot of pressure.
Can you maybe tell us that?
We're putting a lot of pressure on Russia, and Russia knows that, and some people that are close to it know, or he wouldn't be talking right now.
What concessions has Russia offered up thus far to get to the point where you're closer to peace?
Stopping the war, stopping taking the whole country. Pretty big concession.
Trump said he still believed both sides wanted to make a deal to end the war begun by Russia in 2022. But the White House has also threatened to abandon its efforts at peace talks if no progress is made soon. On Wednesday, Trump slammed Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky over a comment in which Zelensky repeated that Kyiv would not recognize Russia's occupation of Crimea. Zelensky, who cut short his trip to South Africa after the Russian attack, said he did not see signs Washington was putting strong pressure on Russia. Ukraine's foreign minister said on X that the brutal strike showed that Russia, not Ukraine, was the obstacle to peace, a viewpoint shared by EU foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas during her visit to Moldova.
It is clear that we want peace. Moldovans want peace, Ukrainians want peace, the Europeans want peace. But the reality is that Putin is escalating attacks, and it's making it clear that he doesn't want peace. It takes two to want peace. It only takes one to want war. We have to keep supporting Ukraine, that they are able to defend themselves.
Talks did take place between the U.S., Ukrainian, and European officials in London this week, and Zelensky said on Thursday that the meeting with a U.S. representative had not been easy, but that it had been constructive. A U.S. official said Trump's special envoy is expected to meet Putin on Friday for more talks.